Hi. So, you think you've got nothing to say and then you've got everything to say. So, today I went to a training on mindset. Um, I run my own business, so part of being an entrepreneur is working on yourself and building a resilience so that you can grow a business that will keep paying you, and that's brilliant. But this, I feel, definitely helps with my parenting. So when I think about mindset, I think about the voices in my head that tell me I can't do it, or the voices in my head that question my choices. Well, you've got a dream. Who says you can have that? Oh, you've got a goal. Who says you can achieve that? You come from here, or you this, or you've done this, or you've had this experience, and we have these inner dialogues all the time as adults because we've been through a lot and we've had lots of experiences. And why it's important for me with my parenting is because I get a chance, because of my knowledge, to prepare my children for the big bad world that's going to tell them they can't do something, or they can do something, or this is what they're made for and this is all their worth is. And I get a chance to inject that into my kids at home. So I'm very careful about the way I speak to my children. I I'm very careful about how I describe them. So, for example, if I discipline my children, or my daughter said something today, she called her cousin an idiot. These aren't the words we use at home, and I'm very aware that my children go to school, so they'll hear things from other people. So, the way I spoke to her was, I asked her a question. Are those the words we use here? She said no. Does that hurt someone's feelings? She said yes. And at this point, I want my child to take responsibility because I'm raising intelligent children, and I've been asking them these kind of questions a long time. And I mean, these sound really basic, but I ask them questions all the time so they can have an awareness of what they're doing and why they're doing it. And I can get an understanding of where it's coming from and why it's happening. And I said, well, what kind of words should come out of your mouth? She said, well, kind ones, mummy. And I said, well, why is that? Because I'm kind. I said, yes, that's who you are. You're a kind person. And when you're a kind person, you do this and you do this and you do this. And I started describing herself to her. So she remembers who she is, and she remembers the characteristics that she has, so that when she goes back into the situation, she doesn't feel condemned, but she's just reminded, because she's only 4, and we've all done things and we've all said things that we possibly don't mean. And part of me feels like sometimes as children, I think for my generation, you got chastised for the actions that we took, but no one really understood why we took those actions. Now, I'm not giving myself any excuses because I was terrible. So I'm actually having a an easy ride with my kids, I think. But no one really spoke to us and got inside our head as to why we're doing it, what we were doing, and what did it mean, and what reflection did it have on us. So as a parent and as a responsible adult, I feel that asking these questions gives my children responsibility. And when I do issue a consequence to my children, they know exactly why they're having a consequence. They know exactly why they can't have something, or they have to go somewhere, or they got to be in timeout, or whatever it is I choose at the time to be relevant. Because the last one was, if her and her cousin fight, I zip them into a coat and they have to dance. They've not done that yet because they're fixed up so quickly. But I will do it. I will do it. And they just laugh. But whatever the relevant discipline is, they understand why they're in that discipline. They understand why they've been disciplined. They understand. And I'm not saying they're happy about it, because they're not. But they understand. So all of this ties into how we speak to our children. And the question I always have for myself, or I can leave you with, is, the limiting beliefs that we have as adults, would you want your child to have those? Just a thought.